Hi everyone, I'm Danielle from Moms Meet. Thanks for joining us today for the Mum webinar, which will be presented by Kelty from the Mum team, along with Colleen, who's a registered dietitian. If you have any questions, please be sure to type them into the chat window. With that said, Kelty and Colleen, please take it away.
Hi everyone, this is Kelty. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to start by introducing you to Baby Mum and the company. Some of you may be aware of the product, but in case you're not, I'll walk you through everything. Want, which is our parent company, was founded in 1962. We're the world's largest manufacturer of rice crackers. The Baby Mum product was first developed in the mid-'80s and introduced to North America. We're actually celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. I apologize, it looks like it says 2003 there, and it's actually 1995. And I will change that. Our products can be found in most supermarkets all across North America. One of the distinguishing features about the Baby Mum product is we use top grade rice, which is the same rice found in sushi, and we source it from the most reputable farmers in Asia. Our rice must be of top quality, and it conforms to rigorous standards developed by the GFSI. The mission of Want and the Baby Mum product, we have a couple of really important initiatives. The first is to provide all natural and organic products of great quality, value, and taste at a fair price. One thing that we spend a lot of time on is helping our customers learn about development and healthy eating in a way that matters to them. And Colleen Hurley is on the call today. She is our registered dietitian, and she'll be speaking shortly, as well as answering questions. And she is all about development and healthy eating. We also have an initiative to support sustainability, to help preserve the world and make green choices in all that we do in packaging and in our manufacturing. And all of our products are made in adherence with our core philosophy, which is using all natural, organic, high quality, and healthy ingredients whenever possible. And leading to that, what is a Baby Mum? Well, a Baby Mum is a rice teething biscuit. It is one of our main distinguishing factors. It is free of the top 10 allergens, which Colleen will speak to later. It's the perfect choice for introducing a solid food to a baby, and our rice rusks are conveniently wrapped in 2-packs. Just a little background on rice crackers. They are nearly 90% rice, and the quality of the rice, which I spoke about earlier, affects the flavor, the texture, the crunch, the aroma. The short-grained rice that we use, it costs up to 3 times the price of regular rice that is used by other manufacturers and used in a lot of products out that you see. So the idea that rice is cheap is actually not the case with Baby Mum crackers, which is one of the reasons why mums and babies love our product. And just a last note on the product itself. We source our rice, as I had mentioned earlier, from northeastern China. We use select farmers. We mill the rice ourselves, and that ensures a consistent product and a consistent flavor profile. And as I had mentioned earlier, we conform to the highest global standards of the Food Safety Initiative. It looks like, my apologies, it looks like we have another slide in there, that we had a duplicate slide. I'd like to introduce Colleen, who will be speaking in a few minutes. Colleen is our on-staff dietitian. She lives in California. She consults for a number of Fortune 500 companies and makes media appearances and writes regular nutrition blogs, not just for Baby Mum, but for many other products and companies as well. And Colleen has been managing her own dietary needs and allergies since she was a child. So not only is she qualified to speak about the product and allergens, but she lives with them herself. So she's as close to it as possible. And Colleen is here to answer your questions. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the new Baby Mum product. Recently, we improved our formulation, so we no longer have the refined white sugar in many of our products. They are actually sweetened with fruit juice. And the other key development is that we were able to remove all the sodium from our products, so there's no salt in many of the Baby Mum Mum SKUs. We redid some flavors actually based on top-selling healthy baby food flavors that moms actually suggested. So kale, spinach, and pumpkin were the three big entrants, and I'll show you in a couple of minutes what those look like and how we've managed to put the flavor profiles together. We also have a bonus pack, so there's 2 extra rusks in every box. And along with our 25th anniversary campaign, we have a massive sampling program, which we have started just in September, and then weekly giveaways and contests, which I'll speak to a little bit later in the presentation. Here's a picture of the new Baby Mum Mum Original and Vegetable. The vegetable is now reformulated with kale, carrot, spinach, and cabbage. And the packaging, our new packaging, has the Parent Trusted for 25 years and improved recipe seal on the top right. So when you see that packaging in the stores, you'll know that that's our new formulation. So that's Original and Vegetable. We also have apple and pumpkin. That's a new flavor. That's replacing apple. We have banana rice rusks, another popular flavor with the little ones. And we have an original organic as well as a carrot. And now I'd like to move to Colleen, where she can talk a little bit about the new formulation and the implications.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kelty. I think before I get started, it's important to understand a little bit about food processing. There is some chemistry involved, but in this day and age, we have some sophisticated means of food processing, as well as the ability to reach countries all over the globe. So there's a lot of incentive to decrease quality to improve mass production. And I think one of the key things that stands out here with Mum Mums is that despite the temptation to reduce quality, Mum Mums is doing the opposite and continually working to improve their product. For 25 years, Mum Mums has had the same allergen-free, low sugar, low sodium recipe, but through feedback and through my working with Mum Mums and finding that, as research unveils that salt and sugar are not good for kids even as early as infancy, Mum Mums has worked to improve the recipe using a fruit juice instead of white sugar that was previously in their recipes. While some amount of sweetener is needed for baby Mum Mums to maintain their dissolvability, again, that's more speaking to food science, so you do need a little bit in there so you can get that texture where that dissolves in a baby's mouth to reduce choking. But parents can know that they are giving their children the best, most natural teething biscuit on the market. Next slide, please. And so speaking of which, we'll be moving on to the no added salt. It's interesting, the guidelines, again, for infancy are tricky from a nutritional standpoint. Babies only need a very small amount of sodium, less than 400 milligrams per day, which is a pretty small amount. Largely because for the first year of life, a baby's kidneys can't actually process excess sodium, and all of the sodium needs for an infant are coming either from breast milk or infant formula. So once a child begins to eat solid food between 4 and 6 months, salt should be avoided. Not advised to add salt to any, even if you make your own baby food. And so you want to start with as minimal salt as possible. Another key point is that the taste for salt is acquired. So the more salt you give anyone, even adults, even our kids of all ages, but especially starting a child on solids, the more salt you give them, the more they will acquire a taste for more salt. And again, the least amount of salt you can give them, the better. After a baby's first birthday, the recommended amount goes up to 800 milligrams, which again is still a pretty small amount. So Mum-Mums originally used salt to help expansion and meltability, not necessarily for flavor. Through 25 years of experience, they've gotten this down to a science. Mum-Mums has improved their baking techniques so that no salt is required. And another thing to note here is going back to the mass food production we have these days, sodium is primarily a food stabilizer. So the greater the amount of salt in a product, that typically equates to a higher level of processing. Salt is used to expand a product's shelf life to keep it from going bad. So again, something that can last on a food shelf for an infinite amount of time is not something that you want to give a child. So the greater the amount of processing in a food equates to the greater amount of sodium. Next slide, please. Another great thing about Mum-Mums is the fact that they've remained allergen-free, which is not something that too many products can speak to, actually none in this particular market. Food allergies continue to increase. They've nearly doubled from 1997 to 2011. And also, it used to be thought that children would outgrow food allergies, especially those diagnosed at an early age. However, the rate at which those allergies disappear has gotten slower than in previous decades, with children age 5 and above retaining those food allergies into adulthood. So take a look at these the top 10 common allergens are corn, milk, peanuts, wheat, tree nuts, soy, shellfish, sesame, and eggs, all of which you will not find in any Mum-Mums products. So just to I'll speak a little bit quickly on food labels, which can be very confusing. I feel like even when I grocery shop myself, you need a science degree to understand both the front and back of a food label, as well as all the confusing information that we can find on the internet. So it's really important, I can't stress enough, to read food labels. When you see something on the front pack that says maybe wheat-free or gluten-free, and then you flip it over and look at the ingredients list, by law they're required to list if there's any cross-contamination or potentially, processed in a facility where some cross-contamination may occur. So it's really important to read the labels. I see it all the time where something will say wheat-free, but then you look at the back and it says may contain wheat. So again, Plum Little Yums uses refined sugar. Corn is a top ingredient, which is a top allergen. Corn is also becoming a really common filler in products because it's highly genetically modified and really inexpensive, so that's becoming a top ingredient. Happy Baby also adds tapioca starch, which again is another inexpensive filler as opposed to a higher quality grain. And all other teasing biscuits currently on the market use refined white sugar in their products. Again, I'll be available to answer questions at the end of this. So if you have any nutrition questions or questions specifically related to the nutrition component of baby Mum-Mums, I'll be happy to answer those at the end. I'll hand it back to you, Kelsey.
Thank you, Colleen, and I'm sure there will be many questions. I'm just going to finish up by talking about our 25th anniversary and some of the exciting promotions that we have. On the back of the packaging, we have a number of promotions, as well as you can see here, some allergen information and recipe cards. We will have 3 different packaging iterations throughout 2016, and the first one, which you see here, is hitting the market now. And the first contest, the back of the box will have many contests, and the first one is weekly giveaways of $50 of product, which we've already had about 12 winners, which you can see on our Instagram page, and most of those are being uploaded to Facebook as well. We have another contest which will launch, which will have we're asking for videos of your child saying "Mum, Mum," as well as an update of an exclusive new app, which I'll talk about in a minute, where you can upload a photo of your child onto our box and print it and save it. We have information on the back as well about a toddler Mum-Mum and Mum-Mum snacks, more allergen information because that's very important to our target, and then a couple of other recipes which you'll see on the box. We just launched a new website in September with new imagery and all new information. much of which was contributed by Colleen, so there's some good nutritional information on our website. We also have an exclusive new app where, as I mentioned, you can upload your child onto our box. We have two different templates. The one on the left is more similar to our new packaging, and the one on the right shows more the child as the hero, and it just has the brand. Both of those, we've had many uploads since we launched this just about a month ago, and you can save them, you can upload them to social media, you can share them, you can download, you can make a screensaver. We've had a lot of great feedback. This was actually, originally we had this at trade shows. We had a green screen and we had an entire production at trade shows and mom and baby shows where we were able to print off a picture of a child on a box. And then now with technology, we have an app on our website, which is very easy for anyone to go to on their mobile device or iPad or even laptop. So there's an example of, this is just a screenshot from our website of what it looks like. You upload the photo, and then once you can size it, you can tool around with it, you can actually put other children in the photo as well, and then those are the various options in terms of saving or sharing with social media. In addition to that, we have, for our 25th anniversary, 12 months of giveaways. And I talked about some of the contests. We actually have 4 different contests. The first one started just a month ago. Some of them will be overlapping. We'll have Facebook contests as well as Instagram contests, and we're going to have some pop-up contests as well. All of them will be on the back of our box. They'll be on our website, and you'll be able to see them via social media as well. For the first contest, we've had over 100 photos and videos submitted. So we started a little bit early, 6 weeks ago. It was supposed to be an October 1 start, but we got out of the gate a little bit quicker. And by asking the parents to send and share photos, we've had a great response so far, and the only tough part we're having now is choosing the winners. And I'll just quickly run through the different contests. The first one, which we're running now, is $50 worth of product every week. The second one is sending in a video of your child saying, "Mum, Mum." Some people are actually entering contest 1 and 2. And no, you don't actually get $75 worth of product. We'll choose one or the other, but I do appreciate the perseverance of some of our fans. Starting in January, we're going to have moms and parents tell stories about how they keep their child eating healthy, and this will be supplemented with information from Colleen, and the top 10 entries will get a case of Baby Mum Mum sent to their house. And then finally we'll be starting a creative photo contest using our new app, and you'll get more boxes of Mum Mums. So basically the prize is always new product, which the mums love and seem to have a lot of family members and cousins and neighbors to share the product with. So those are the 4 exciting contests that we have for the next 12 months. And I've just taken a selection here of some of the contest winners. The one in the bottom left was actually a video, so that's Minnie Mary Kim. She submitted a video, so that's a screenshot of that. We have twins, we have triplets, we have cousins, and they will, oftentimes when they win and receive the product, they'll send a thank you, which I'll actually show you in the next slide here. And this shows them with the product that they've won. So the parents get very creative, and the one on the right, Zachary and Blake, he looks pretty happy. I don't know how he's going to be able to eat all those boxes, but I believe he has an older sibling, if I recall, that also eats them. So it's a nice time. A lot of these winners got the product before Halloween, so that was a nice way to supplement all the sugar. So that's just a little bit of detail about all the contests and promotional activity we have. We also have a few cross promotions that we're running with some of our partners on Instagram. There's a product called Neat Cheeks, and we're doing some giveaways with them, and we're doing preschool giveaways as well. And just in conclusion, the big highlights of the Baby Mum Mum product: fruit juice sweetened, no added salt, which Colleen spoke to, makes them a healthier, more natural choice. We are the #1 product in North America. We've been around for 25 years, so we're the original, most popular teething biscuit. And one of the more important attributes for our fans are that we contain none of the top 10 allergens. So unlike the competition and unlike a lot of baby food, baby snacks out there, we're a very safe, tasty first food for your child. And I'll turn it over to Danielle to finish up.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Kelty and Colleen. That was a great presentation, and we have a lot of great questions coming in. So the first question we have is, at what age can you start giving baby mum-ums to your child?
This is Colleen. I can handle that one. It depends on the child. When you start, the teething biscuits would be when a baby shows signs of readiness for solids, and that, #1, if they can sit up on their own and hold their heads up. #2, they usually start to show an interest in what you're eating, like grabbing food out of your mouth or reaching for your plate. And #3, that they have the development of the pincer grasp, which is your thumb and forefinger, where they start to pick things up. Those are a few signs of readiness. It's typically between 4 and 6 months, but that varies from child to child.
And we have, this is Kelty talking, we have some additional information on our new website as well under the baby section, which talks more about development and additional questions that, and information written by Colleen actually to give more information if you need it.
Okay, great. And once a baby mum-mum package is opened, what is the shelf life of it?
Scott, did you want to handle that one?
Yeah, typically, once the package is open, you should eat it as quickly as possible. Inside of the box, there's actually 12 individual package sachets. So when they're in the sachets, they still have the same shelf life as on the box. Once it's opened and air and light touch it, I would say within a day or two is probably what you'd like to eat it.
Okay, great. We have a comment and a question from a mom ambassador. She says that her daughter is a little over a year old and she loves the baby mum-mums, but she is wondering when should she switch her over to the toddler mum-mums.
Well, this is Kelty. I'll let Colleen answer that question more specifically, but we have a number of our contest entrants who are 4 years old and up, and I remember from when my kids were small that they ate baby mum-mums a lot longer than, they didn't really have an expiration in terms of age. But Colleen can speak to the next level of development.
Well, I would say probably 2, but again, it's hard to give a blanket for each child. I would say at least 2, and they're pretty mobile. Again, it's largely because of texture and chewability, so to make sure that we prevent choking. So I would say after 2. But again, like Kelty said, we have people of all ages that eat the baby mum-mums. But as a general rule, I would say about 2.
We even have some mothers eating them sometimes if when you're driving around and desperate.
And
I've been
going to add that. Yeah,
I've been there myself.
Okay, great. One of the biggest questions we have coming in is just where can the mom ambassadors find your product? So can you list out some major retailers where it's sold?
Sure, I'll let Scott handle that one.
Yeah, so baby mum-mums are going to be available in almost every store across the country. Any of the majors, so Target, Babies R Us, Kroger, depending on where you're at. So we've got a great where to buy page on our website where you'll be able to see all the stores. There's also you can buy on most of the major online retailers. Depending on the store that you shop at, how big the store is, the selection is going to vary by store. But the bigger the store, the Target, the Toys R Us, they're going to have a lot larger selection.
And our where to buy section on the website has just been revamped, so it is updated, and there is a list based on country and it's quite easy to use. So that's a resource that we send a lot of parents to if they're looking for the product, as well as some online retail suggestions as well.
Okay, great. Thanks for going over that. We have a question from a mom ambassador saying that she loves the Baby Mum products, but she's wondering if you have any plans to make something for older kids or adults, such as a healthy snack food.
We actually have a number of products. We have the Toddler Mum product, which is on the back of our box for one of the contests. We also have a snacks product for school-age children, which is peanut-free. And we have a number of rice crackers for adults as well under the brand Rice Crisps. Did I forget anything, Scott?
Oh, those are the major ones, and those are probably a little bit harder to find than the regular Baby Mums. But again, if you look at Amazon.com, Diapers.com, iHerb.com, then you should be able to find the full range of our products there.
And on our website, we have a section for toddler, a section for child, and a section for adult as well in the top right. So you can go in and in addition to product information for toddler and for child, there's also some development information and dietary information under those sections if you have older kids.
Okay, perfect. Very helpful. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering if the Baby Mum should be considered a snack or a supplement for meals such as rice cereal.
It's more of a snack and not a supplement for a meal.
Although we do have a number of recipes which can be found on our Facebook page, and some of them will be on our box as well, that allow you to create more of a meal using Baby Mum product.
Well, and also I'd like to add that the important thing to understand, again, which is why it's really critical to introduce your child as a first solid, to have healthy food. The first year of life, all the nutrients that a baby needs should be coming from breast milk or infant formula, and so any solid food that you give a child is supplementary to those basic nutrients.
Okay, great. We have a lot of moms wondering if you guys offer any coupons online.
Yeah, we do actually offer coupons online. On the website, there is a coupons page that will be the most up-to-date. Right now, a great coupon is available on Hopster.com. It's a printed home coupon, and for those of you familiar with Hopster, it's a base model of $1 off, and you can get up to $2 off Baby Mum if you boost the coupon using Hopster points. So Hopster.com, and then look for Baby Mum. And these can be redeemed at any retailer across the country.
Okay, great. And can you give us the average of the price of Baby Mum?
It's going to be, depending on the retailer, anywhere between, say, $2.69 up to about $3.99. Again, the larger retailers probably have a little bit higher or lower pricing depending on the region.
Okay, great. And do you know what is the most popular flavor of the Baby Mums? We have a few moms wondering.
The banana flavor is the most popular flavor, but as Kelty mentioned in the presentation, we've recently reformulated and taken the sugar out of three of the flavors: the original, the apple and pumpkin, and the vegetable. And we think those are really going to make a big jump in popularity as parents go. It's a question we get all the time. Can we take out the sugar? And I think now that we've delivered it, that's really going to drive the popularity of the products.
And just anecdotally, the feedback that I've received on social media and in emails over the last 6 weeks, the apple and pumpkin flavor seems to be very popular with the little ones and with the parents. That seems to be our new product that is getting the most buzz.
Okay, great. We have a couple questions coming in about the app. What is the app called and how can they find it? Do they just search for it in the App Store?
Yeah, it's actually embedded into our Mum site. So if you go to mummums.com, it's actually one of the banners. But if you scroll down, there will be a section that says upload your child's photo. onto our box, and you click on that, and you can do it all directly from our website. And there are a number of ways to get at the Mum Mums app within the website, but you don't need to download anything actually. You just upload a photo, which a lot of the parents will already have in their phone, and it does it all for you.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom wondering if she should break up the baby Mum biscuit, or if it's okay to just have her baby eat the whole biscuit.
This is Colleen. She can eat the whole thing because they'll dissolve and get smaller and smaller as opposed to breaking it up in pieces. And that way that'll also help the hand-eye development so she can hold it and learn to be able to bring the biscuit to her mouth.
One of the primary features of our product is the high dissolvability. That's how it's formulated. So there's no, it dissolves easily just by not natural, as Colleen said, just a child eating it whole, and it will naturally dissolve.
Okay, great. And related to that, we actually have a question that just came in, which is what makes the product able to dissolve so easily?
That's probably a question for Scott.
Yep, it's the I guess it's without knowing all the details of the science behind it. It is definitely the japonica rice, which is has a higher meltability than some of the other types of rice, combined with the sweetener, which is the fruit juice, as it reacts with the baby's saliva.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
All right, great. And do you guys have any plans to add more flavors down the line? Is there anything you can share with us on that front?
This is Kelty. We are always looking at new flavors. We just recently enhanced the vegetable flavor, as I mentioned, to include kale and spinach. Some of our popular flavors like carrot and banana we've just left, but apple and pumpkin is also new, and we are currently in the process of reviewing a number of new flavors as well. And we go through a process of not only from a manufacturing standpoint, but flavor and texture, and we test run it with our target before we launch them. But yes, we can't share the details of which flavors, but we are always looking at new flavors.
I think also if there's flavors that people like to see, it's always great to comment on our Facebook page. We do watch that and are always looking for feedback on what flavors are popular.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Okay, great. We have a question that just came in. In your opinion, what do you think the biggest health benefit is of the Baby Mum product?
This is Colleen. I can speak to that. I actually think it's what it doesn't have as opposed to what it does have. Again, the teething biscuit in particular is meant to be a first food introduction, again, and also obviously soothe the symptoms of teething. So I would say from a nutritional standpoint, and again, with all teething biscuits and foods in this particular category, it's more about what is not in them as opposed to what is, because as we mentioned during the presentation, there's a high propensity, and I'm seeing this increase, to add a bunch of salt and sugar to a product that, again, the food in the first year of life is not meant to provide a baby's basic nutrients. Those are coming from breast milk or formula. So again, you want as minimally processed as possible.
One of the things that
I think the original Baby Mum, the only ingredients are rice, potato starch, and pear juice. And if you do look at some of the other teething biscuits on the market, there'll be a long list of extra ingredients, some you can and can't pronounce. We tend to keep this very simple, and it's a great option when you're just getting started feeding babies. It's not introducing very much complexity into the diet.
One of the things that I found, and I'm sure the moms on this call will agree with this, it's very challenging to find products for babies and children that have a small list of ingredients. So when you look at a baby mum product and you see only 3 or 4 ingredients, and one of them is a natural flavor, it's refreshing and reassuring that you're giving your child, as Scott says, a very simple product that won't be not a ton of unnecessary ingredients involved.
Okay, great. We have a question that just came in on serving sizes, and for her 4 to 6 month old baby, she's wondering if there is a suggested serving size. Is it 1 per day or 1 package per day?
That's tough to say. Again, every child is different. I would say 1 or 2. 2 comes in the package, but again, you're going to have moments of some unfortunate side effects of teething. So for baby Stuffy, when she's cutting those top teeth, again, there are no regulated serving sizes in terms of what the USDA recommends, and that as a registered dietitian, we don't have serving sizes for things like that. But you don't want the teething biscuits to displace an appetite for milk.
Okay, great. Thanks for going over that. We have one last question here today. Are you able to find the nutrition facts on the website?
Yes, this is Kelty. In fact, we have recently redone the website where you can go in and click on the flavor, and there is a very intuitive and easy to navigate nutritional panel that pops up that has a list of the ingredients and the nutritional facts. And we have that for all of our flavors, for all of our products, including toddler mum and mum snacks.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys so much. That was such a great presentation, and thank you for answering everyone's questions. Do you guys have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Just thanks to everyone for attending, and please check out our website. There's a contact us form on there as well, and we have most of the information for the questions asked today can be found somewhere on that website, as well as additional information. So we're hoping that parents will use it as a resource, and then of course upload a photo of their child on the box while they're at it.
And I think I also wanted to add a couple of things. Hopefully everyone that wanted to take part in the sampling campaign that we've just done was able to do that. We are likely going to do some more sampling campaigns in the new year, so sort of keep an eye on the website when these will be announced, and make sure you sign up. And also keep an eye on our Facebook page. We do visit baby shows across the country, and we'll be planning more of those in the new year. And it's a great opportunity to sample products. So next weekend we'll be down in Seattle at a baby show in Seattle Center, and we'll be looking forward to some new shows in 2016 as well, so keep an eye on our Facebook page for that.
Okay, great. Well, everyone attending, thanks again for your time, and to the moms who will be sampling Baby Mum, we're really looking forward to your feedback. We're going to go ahead and log off now. Have a great day, everyone.